everybody, Allie here. I just thought I would show you a really fun technique using a jelly plate. So I have a 5x7 jelly plate and we're going to use some fun inks here, Cumberbund and In the Park. And I'm going to use this as an ink blending tool. So let me bring in my CP cardstock, which is the best for blending. So I'm going to start with Cumberbund here. Whoop. And I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm literally just going to apply it right to the surface of my jelly plate. Now I want my whole entire piece of paper covered. Sorry, I had a hair there. And so I'm going to ink it pretty much all the way to the edges. Now, if you look kind of closely at it, you can see there's like buildup of areas that have more ink than others. But you can combat by using your blending brush to make it a little bit smoother by just kind of pouncing those areas to kind of pick up any excess ink onto your blending tool. So it just makes your ink a little bit more even. Now you can absolutely use it without doing that, but I want a little bit more of a smooth blend on my background, so I'm going to use my blending brush to do that. And you can do it to your heart's content until you're happy with kind of what you see. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. Okay. So I'm going to take my CP premium white cardstock and I'm just going to apply that to the surface. And then I just take a scrap piece of paper. I always save like my receipts from some of my shipping notices for this purpose, because I'm just going to recycle it anyway. So you can also use another piece of paper if you want to use it for an ink project. And then you just peel it off. So there you go. So you can get all kinds of textures by using a blending brush and your inks. Now, I'd like to do more of a gradient. So we're going to take that same piece of paper and kind of do the same procedure again. This time I'm going to do 2/3 of my jelly plate surface this time. And again, to get rid of a harsh edge, you're going to take that blending brush and just kind of stipple it all over your paper. And again, if you have those darker ink spots and you want to kind of get rid of them, then just use that blending brush again across the surface. Voila. So now we kind of have like a fade right there. So, and then you can just lay your cardstock again right over top. And I'm just using this so I don't get inky hands. Basically, I mean, you can run your hands right over top, but you have the sides of the ink exposed, so you're going to get inky. But just be aware, you can do it without the paper. And there we go. So now we have a lighter and then a mid-tone, and we can do the same thing again. Let's make the bottom even richer in color by doing, say, the bottom third. Ink up your surface. Take your blending brush and go across that edge because you want to blend it out. And then you can take any pad marks that you've left on the surface out with the blending brush. Again, when you're happy, you're just going to replace that paper back on the surface again. Give it a quick press. There we go. And there you go again. So you have a lighter, a medium, and a darker tone. And this gives you a different texture than just ink blending on your surface. So this makes some really cool backgrounds. And of course, CP inks are water reactive. So then, if you want to do even more of an experiment here, let's take a spray bottle to this. So I'm just going to use a distress sprayer and give it a couple of good sprays. Now you can't soak this paper, but you can put a couple of sprays. You can take it now to your heat tool, and we'll do that quickly, and then we'll see how it reacts. And there we go. So all CP inks have like a dry back color. So you're going to initially start with something that's a little bit darker, and then it'll dry back to its actual dry color. So isn't that gorgeous? That is our beautiful cummerbund. So let's do a little bit of more ink blending, and let's introduce In the Park. So let's bring back our jelly plate. Now I am going to take just a quick wipe down just to remove anything that's kind of left on the on the jelly plate. That's just a fiber cloth. And we're going to introduce the In the Park kind of down towards the bottom. So again, I'm going to do maybe like halfway-ish. And again, whoop. Then we're going to use a blending brush again to get rid of that pad line. And any harsh inky areas. There we go. So we're going to do it right over top of this existing piece of paper here. There we go. Bring in our paper. Press it for good contact. And peel it off. And look at that. Isn't that cool? I love using my jelly plate. I hope you guys are inspired to do